There's been a bunch of news reports that relate directly to AI and music, and a film producer that has said he will exclusively be using AI generated music in all of his films and all the scores on his movies. This is something so interesting. I want to break down the story because my background is in, I've done a lot of stuff with businesses doing music in the past and even AI generated music. So this is an interesting space right now. I'll be telling you about the tools, about the strategies, what's going on, and this crazy new filmmaker, what they're doing there. What I wanted to say is if you're interested in making money with AI and any sort of AI side hustles, I would love for you to join my AI Hustle School community. This is a community with over 100 people that are all working with AI, doing different things, a couple different things. Number one, using it to start new businesses and make side income revenue, and also people that are using it to help scale up and grow their current companies. So we produce different exclusive pieces of content every single week that you're not going to find anywhere else that are on that school community. Exactly products I use, services I use, products I've launched, how much money I've made from different things. I break it all down, screenshots, receipts, and everything that I can't always publish publicly. So if you're interested in my software or anything else I'm doing, you can find all of those details over in the AI Hustle School community. I love for you to join. It's $19 a month, so it's very affordable. We're going to bump the price up to about $100 a month, but right now it's at a fraction of that, just to get people in and joining the community. We would love to have you in and to help you grow whatever your business is or start your business with AI tools and show you exactly what I'm doing. So links in the description if you want to join the AI Hustle School community that Jamie, my good friend Jamie, and I host together. And anyways, let's get into this story. What I found really interesting here, so this is coming from an Indian filmmaker. His name is Ram Gopal Varma. But he said that he is completely going to abandon human musicians and he's exclusively going to be using AI generated music. So he says that this is something that he thinks is going to be more and more of a trend in a bunch of different creative industries. I think he's like a Bollywood movie producer. He's created a couple of movies, one called Company, Rangali, Sarkler, and Satya. In any case, he has a new company called RGV Den Music that will only feature music generated from AI apps, including Suno and Udio and all that kind of stuff. So he's got businesses in this space, and he's a movie producer, kind of famous Bollywood movie producer. Super, super fascinating for me. What I think is really interesting here is Varma essentially said that he's only going to be using AI generated music in all of his projects, all of his movies. The entire background score on his new movie called Sari, he said, is completely AI generated. So he's not just saying it, like he's literally implementing this right now. I think this is absolutely fascinating. When he was asked like why this is his direction, because this is actually a really it's sort of a controversial topic. I was recently talking to a friend who did some consulting and working with some Hollywood producers, and the Hollywood producers apparently were saying like, look, we love some of these AI generated video software. We love some of the AI generated music. Like all of this kind of stuff is so fascinating to us, but it's really controversial. You have like all the strikes in Hollywood of screenwriters and different people that are kind of against AI and feel like they're going to get replaced by it. And because of that, apparently a lot of the Hollywood movie producers have, they essentially have like burner accounts on Twitter or X. And they post like different short videos, different content that they're producing over there, but without their actual name. And they're getting thousands of followers, tons of engagement, tons of interaction. They're doing amazing, really great work. But they can't put their actual name on it because they're afraid of, any sort of fallout for their career or whatever. So it's just so fascinating to me. It's like, obviously what they produce is high quality and impressive. People like it. But they're just worried because it has, the bad PR and optics, and they're worried that people are going to get mad from the industry. So I think this is something that it's going to be, as we have more of these kind of movie producers that are very like open about it, I think this is going to be something that becomes less taboo, less controversial. And it's just, at the end of the day, it works. It's great. And people are going to be using it. So anyways, what did Varma have to say exactly about this? It kind of cracked me up. He said, eventually the music comes from your thoughts. You need to have clarity on what you want the app to produce. It's the taste that will matter. So I actually think that this is pretty accurate. And that goes for video as well as music. Like the taste is so much knowing different keywords to put in there, like cinematic, keywords to create the video, or in when it comes to the audio, putting different words that will flavor the style and the type of music that's produced, I think is going to become more and more important. And yeah, this is obviously a big part of, what he's saying there. So I think another thing that's interesting is we're obviously seeing a whole bunch of AI that's getting into the entire creative industry. A lot of people are really excited about it, but also at the same time, we have a lot of really high profile people, including Christopher Nolan, who recently cautioned against, over reliance on AI, saying that it can't replace humans. And specifically Christopher Nolan, I think he's like, it's not going to replace like humans' intuition or kind of their artistic creation. So like, I don't know. It's very interesting. People have very, very different, opinions on this, but this seems like something that, especially in countries or places or people that have less of a budget to produce music or to produce film, this is kind of a no-brainer. And it just makes a lot of sense. Like, especially for film, it's like people can't spend millions of dollars to make a movie, especially if you're just one person in your own room and you got a really creative idea, but you don't know how to bring it to life. Like, as if anyone could ever judge that person for using AI things. It's like, well, wouldn't it be so much better if it was real people and real? Yeah, maybe, sure. But like, look, these people don't have the means, they don't have the money. So it's like, if you don't have millions of dollars to produce this kind of these movies, or thousands of dollars to produce this kind of music, you're kind of locked out of the whole industry. There's so much creativity that's, I think, just ready to be unlocked. And so that's why I'm excited about this. I don't think it's one speck controversial. I think we should 100% embrace it. And of course, yeah, that's my opinion on it. But in any case, I want to talk about India, because this producer's coming out of India. It seems like India obviously has a lower GDP. It's probably a little bit more limited on funds for a lot of the producers there, or people there. And so it seems to be like a place that these AI generated music and movies are picking up steam faster than in the United States in any case. But apparently India creates around 1,500 to 2,000 movies every year. So their movie industry is pretty big. And if this gets really adopted, like obviously Bollywood's huge, that will have some pretty big impacts. Their music industry also creates around 20 to 25,000 songs every year. So it's really big. Varma, who's, this big movie producer down there, he's kind of funny. He was criticizing actual people that produce the music, and composers. Essentially, is criticizing them because he's like, yeah, they always like miss their deadlines. There's always scheduling conflicts. He said that lyricists are never really good at capturing the full essence of a song for like the words, and that AI does a better job, which I thought was absolutely hilarious, interesting. And yeah, he was essentially just arguing that these are just like all human factors that are impeding the creative process, and they're both time consuming and really expensive. So he argues that AI can deliver all of this instantly at zero cost. And as these AI models are getting better and better, that this music, essentially, you produce a soundtrack, you're like, awesome, now put these types of words in, and it does a better job than a lyricist, which I thought, bold claim, but you can see where he's coming from, sort of. Here's a quote. He said, "Human musicians, composers, lyricists, and singers will be vastly affected and then completely disappear in the near future as the apps keep developing at a rapid pace." So apparently he's working right now with Reclaim Protocol and also Story Protocol to essentially get the IP for his AI generated songs. And he's using some cryptographic proofs and other, stuff to do that. But he said that many of his filmmaker friends and other people that are in the industry are also really excited by a lot of the potential that we're seeing in AI. And he thinks that this technology is going to make even further inroads, specifically in the Indian movie industry in the coming years. I'd be curious to see how that translates into the United States and into the movie industry here as well. Absolutely fascinating topic. So super excited to see what happens there. I'll definitely keep you up to date. And again, if you are interested in creating music or videos and turning that into some sort of side hustle, or creating or monetizing that in any way, I would love for you to join the AI Hustle School community, where we talk about using AI tools for side hustles, for growing your business, and for essentially making money. So there's a link in the show notes to that. Love to have you in the school community, but otherwise, hope you have an amazing rest of your day.